It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's Bara Jam time, everybody. Did you think I was gonna say something else? Anyways, I really love that joke. I came up with it on the spur of the moment. Anyways, so yes, guys, Bara Jam came around and it dealt its good deeds upon the wonderful people of itch.io. My friend Robin actually had a game that she had submitted to Bara Jam, which I think that we will be checking out at a later point. Robin, yes, the same Robin who helped us with Yags, actually made her own game for Bara Jam, and so I'm really interested in checking this out. So I don't think I've ever gone into like explaining what Bara is. So if you guys are familiar with the term yaoi, which is basically about relationships between gay men, but it's kind of stories that are more so marketed to women. It's kind of more so like women often use yaoi as like a fetishized thing, and they fetishize gay relationships, whereas Bara is something that's a little bit more focused on masculine and things that actual queer men like are interested in seeing in their own types of stories. So this is a really cool jam. It happens on a yearly basis. I believe I've covered games from the Bara Jam before, so I'm just really excited to be able to delve into some of the wonderful kind of things that have come out. And the first thing that caught my eye was Freezer Pops, because it is very beautiful looking. Like this is just really gorgeous art. I mean, I just love the lighting. Guys, I love shadows. I know it's such like a dorky thing, but like look at the shadow along this man's. Look at this shit. Look at the way that his skin reflects the light. I love that. So this is just a demo for this game. I have no idea what happens in here. I'm assuming that it has something to do with summer. I don't know. Hello? Not now. Hello? Who's saying uh-oh? What? Shut up. Yeah, really. Not even on my vacation I can sleep in peace. I pick up my cell phone from the top of the bedside table with my eyes still closed. Who wants to talk to me at this time? I try to open my eyes, but my eyelids seem to be glued. I haven't slept that long in a while. I keep trying while I yawn and unlock my cell phone using my fingerprint. Honey, my parents have argued again. It seems now the divorce is real, finally. I had to go home and I won't be able to send you my share of our apartment rent. My plans to do an extra at Infernanho were down the drain. I hope you can help me out. Next month, I promise, I'll pay you back. XOXO, Vinny. The bright screen goes straight to my eyes, hurting them, and I frown, trying to control the light. At the same time, I can't believe what I'm reading. What? Vinicius's parents broke up. I think that's how you say it. Vinicius? Vinicius. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Vinicius. You're probably sitting out there right now like, this bitch cannot even say my name. The unexpected news fires adrenaline in my body, and I turn on my side. I rub my eyes, trying to clear them so that I can read the message again. It seems their parents are fine. I think he didn't expect this. I read the message for the third time, and I start to feel some kind of weird feeling. We are roommates, but I don't like some of his attitudes. Every divorce is a bad thing, but shouldn't he at least ask me if I can pay for part of his rent? My hands start to sweat. I'm disappointed and riled up. I start to write a message. I need to do something to make this feeling go away. He can't do this to me. I spent my savings buying my headphones. Has he forgotten? I write 3 words and stop. Something inside of me is saying that it can be rude if I talk to him about this now. His family's always been in a worse situation than mine, and this is not the time for this kind of conversation. I look at my bedroom ceiling, and some memories of us start to pop up in my mind. We had a lot of fun at Inferno. He loves to work at that club. I lost track of how many times he gave me a free drink. I don't know how he could work at the bar and perform as a drag queen at the same night. But even though he was always busy, destiny put us together. We found out that we were studying at the same university, and I discovered he was a streamer drag queen gamer. This was the perfect match for us, 2 gamers sharing an apartment. After our meeting in that club, it took no longer than 2 months to leave my old student residence and move out. Things started amazing, but I noticed he was a little laid back. The kitchen was always a mess after he cooked, and his bathroom was disgusting most of the time. I talked to him, and he started to pay more attention to those things. However, when the topic is money, he can be rather slippery. I pick up my phone again and open our conversation. I need to do something. I write his name, and that feeling comes back. He definitely needs to ask me about my financial life too. Things can't be like this forever. I'm not a rich guy to cover for his debt. There's a reason why I'm sharing an apartment with him. I look at the palm of my hands and they are completely wet. Saint Cher, why can't things be easier? I take a deep breath to put my mind in the right place. I need to get out of the bed. What do I do first? Let's brush my teeth. First, I need to brush my teeth. Nothing better than a fresh breath to start the day. I pick up my toothbrush and put some toothpaste on it. I look at it and I put too much. I smile. Toothpaste time! Do you literally say that out loud when you, like, brush your teeth? Does it help you get ready for your day? Or is that all mental? But did he say that mentally? I was just picturing, like, some guy, like, getting ready to, like, prepare his, like, toothpaste. And then he's just like, toothpaste time! And, like, okay, bro. I touch the tip of my toothbrush and use my indicator finger to get some toothpaste. Oh no, you're one of those people? Wait, did he, like, I don't want to say finger the tube of toothpaste because that just sounds really wrong. But, like, did he, like, stick his finger on the tube of toothpaste and then put the toothpaste that he squeezed out on the toothbrush? I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever said this, but, like, I'm very squeamish about brushing teeth, and I have no idea why. It is a completely normal thing to do. I'm not about this, like, with my own teeth, but okay, no, I am. This is going to be completely derailed. This is a complete side conversation here, but, like, when I was a kid and my dad had to, you know, help me brush my teeth, there were some seriously nasty things that happened when he was brushing my teeth. Like, for example, if the toothpaste fell off of the toothbrush and into the sink, my dad would just, like, swipe it back up on the toothbrush and then put it back in my mouth. And I'd, like, start whining every time. And my dad would be like, what? And I'm like, it's disgusting. Like, I literally now just have the entire sink in my mouth. And that's all I could think when I was a kid. And mind you, I was terrible about washing my hands as a kid. But damn if I would touch if I would taste that sink. Damn if I would taste that sink. But I've noticed that, like, when other people are brushing their teeth and then, like, spit into the sink, then I just, like, go, like, I don't know why. I have no idea why. I'm not like this when people are flossing. It's just, like, something about when people, like, spit after they brush their teeth just makes me gag. I have no idea. Also, like, just touching toothpaste, like, in general, oh my god, I freaking hate it. Like, I would rather stick my hands in, like, some soaked ass dishes and feel, like, the food grime and everything than I would rather put my fingers anywhere near, like crumpled up toothpaste. That is so very specific, and I apologize. This is so fun. It's fresh and a strawberry flavor, and it reminds me of both of my dads playing with me when I was a kid. I think I was the only guy in elementary school who had two dads and usually stayed there all day. They used to work a lot, especially the one who worked at the stationery overtime. The night was the time for us to be together as a family. This is so silly. I feel so old, but this makes me feel like a child, and since they're so far away from me, I believe this keeps me close to them in a way. While I stare at the mirror, I try and understand if there's a reason why Vinicius' parents broke up. He said they broke up a few years ago because his mother found out his father was cheating on her, but after long months of conversation, they were back together. They're from a small city too, smaller than mine, and there Vinicius discovered his passion for biology. When we started to live together, sometimes I was startled to find some insects in the fridge, but now I'm used to it. Why? I'm not understanding the connection. If one of my roommates was keeping insects in the fridge and they weren't, like, dead and meant for eating, like, I don't know, a cricket, if you're one of the people that likes crickets because they're a good source of protein, I'm not here to judge you, but if there was a live ass insect in my fridge,
you will die.
Like, no other way around it. Has his father cheated on his mother again? If so, he's a complete idiot. His mother's such a good woman. She makes everything she can so that Vinicius can have a good life here. I turn on the tap and I get some water to rinse. I also wash my face. This is the first vacation alone in this city, and I'm feeling too nerd to walk around looking so sleepy. I'm feeling refreshed. I approach the window to see the weather outside. The sun is amazing, and I can see the beach a few blocks away, inviting me to go for a swim. It looks empty considering it's Friday and also summer. I put my toothbrush and my toothpaste away. I check my face in the mirror again. Time to make my breakfast. Walking in the kitchen, I decide to turn on the TV so I can listen to what's going on. I turn on with Vinicius' new pink remote controller. Before the images appear, the breaking news sound starts to play. Something important has happened. An Afro-woman journalist appeared. She is Malu Coutinho, one of the biggest icons of Brazilian news. With a serious expression on her face, but talking with a slightly shaky voice, she says, President Lobasoro has announced that federal universities' funds will be relocated to public transportation immediately. According to him, reading books doesn't take anyone anywhere, so public transportation will be prioritized. What the hell? Okay, why does this sound Actually, no, this doesn't sound realistic because any president, any diabolical president that wants to invest in public infrastructure, like, what is this? Are you kidding me? My heart starts to beat faster and I feel like my body is ready for a run. How can people believe in such a thing? We need education and public transportation at the same time. We shouldn't have to choose their essential services. This is ridiculous. I sit down heavily on the sofa. Sometimes I think I'm living in a movie with a bad script. There's so many plot twists that I can't understand what's going on. Living in the US for the past 4 years. There's so many plot twists, I don't understand what's happening. It took me almost 2 years of studying to get to university scholarship, and how much money I've invested to move to the city? A lot, definitely. There is nothing worse than people expressing their opinions about something they're not familiar to. I'm sad about people being so disrespectful to science and public education. But the worst thing is that events like this remind me of my hometown. It's super small and people believe in a lot of completely illogical things. One time I arrived at my dad's pharmacy and 2 old men were discussing if the earth is round or not. I'm glad that I moved here where people have access to universities, but it seems like I'm going back in time. I wonder what's next. I get my phone. Now it is my email alert. I open it. It's from the University Scholarship Department. I start to feel that something really bad is coming. I'm too skeptical to expect some good news today. I scroll down the email for what is really important. Probably it will be in bold. Dear Director Pablita Balls, the High Council of Queeners has had an emergency meeting this morning to define the next weeks of university scholarship support. After 6 months trying to negotiate with the Institute of Public Technology, the government financial relocation to the public transport sector was inevitable. This means all university scholarships, including the game development course, have been suspended immediately. We're trying to change this situation, but until second order, they will be unavailable for the undergraduates. Master's degrees will have their support reduced to half. Yours truly, Banana Grande, Dean of the High Council of Queeners. Are those real names? This is not real. I stand up and start to walk in front of the TV. I stare at my phone and start to bite my nails. The TV noise is fading away. At the same time, my mind is spinning like a washing machine at full power. I don't know what to think. I just want to punch something or someone. If someone took away my scholarship when I was, like, in the middle of school, I mean, I don't know what I would do. I'm on scholarship right now to be able to go to school, so, like, and it's the only way that I can go to school. I've mentioned this before, but I go to school with, like, a lot of people whose parents are very generous and able to pay for their children's education. My parents helped me considerably with my undergraduate education. They've not given me, like, any sort of financial support for tuition and things like that in regards to my graduate education. They've helped me move. They helped me get set up in my first apartment when I had a moving emergency. That's a story for another day. But yeah, there are people that I think are aware of their privilege when you go to graduate school, especially like film and television school. There are people that are definitely aware of that privilege, and then there are people that are just, my God, you talk to them and you're like, how do you not know? How do you not know? Like, you know, I've told my sad shoe story on here before. Okay, I've told it so many goddamn times, but I'm just like, I came from a background where I was struggling for groceries and I couldn't afford to, like, eat meals, and, you know, you're mad about your parents for some other reason, which I'm sure is valid, but at the same time, I'm just like, Jesus, like, it would be nice if, you know, it would be nice if we didn't have to worry about money, and in particular when it came to education in America. I feel like regardless of what you go back to school for, and this is something that is another, like, side rant or tangent, but I feel like people think, oh, film and television, that's art school. And yes, I'm going to an art school, yes. But they're like, it's so artsy, it's art, and therefore it's not valid. And I'm like, the things that I can do on a computer and the things that I can do using certain forms of technology are things that you pay, like, tens of thousands of dollars for other people to do. You pay people salaries to do them. So I'm just like, so why is it so weird when I try and do it when it's just an art school? Like, people need to use Premiere. People need to know how to use Excel and build spreadsheets and things like that, and which are all things that actually you do use in filmmaking. You use a lot of software, and it's a lot of troubleshooting, and it's a lot of working with different forms of technology. So I honestly, the thing is that I think that there are a lot of people that think that art isn't that technical or science related, and it absolutely is. If you're making 3D art, that's computer sciences. If you're a film and television person, you're working with software and you're working with different forms of equipment. And if you're a very special person, you'll be working with actual film, which requires its own development process. And that's, that's a lot. So I feel like it's very frustrating to live in a world where people insist that art is not valuable and that you shouldn't just go to school for art related things. Because I'm just like, it's funny because when the pandemic hit, all anybody was consuming was art. So you just expect people to be able to provide that to you for free? Anyways, like, regardless, I think it's stupid. I relate. This is horrifying. This visual novel has sent me down a very dark path. If the scholarship suspension starts now, how will I survive in this city? How will I have money to pay this month's rent if Vinicius is not here? I give Vinicius his remote controller and throw it against the wall. It falls on the floor in pieces. It doesn't have anything to do with my university scholarship. He will also lose his too, but I feel like he is at least a part of responsibility in this situation. My heart is still beating fast and the TV noise seems to become louder again. Kurtino is giving more bad news, but I'm trying to block my mind from what she says. I look at the TV for a little while and then I look at the kitchen. There's a pile of dirty dishes and cutlery to wash. I need to decide what I'll do next. Let's wash dishes. So let's get that done. Placeholder. Oh, very cool. I like your placeholder image. I'm in front of the sink and I look at Vinicius' blender at the corner of the counter. He's by far the most muscled drag queen I've ever met and definitely the one most addicted to the gym. I'm not a big fan of this blender. Every morning he uses it to make his vitamin and wakes me up. I get a plate and start to wash it. Holding it with a firm hand, I press the sponge against it. I'll remove every piece of food, every mark until it's bright. If I can't punch anyone and I'll never be able to punch the moron who's in charge of this country, these plates will see what I'm capable of. I start to imagine myself doing something interesting in this meantime. I would like to play Gelda to remember my childhood. I remember when I played it for the first time, the first gay hero in a mainstream game. Until that moment, I was sure that I'd become an actor when I grew up, but that game changed everything. Watching a boy trying to save the one he loves showed me that I could be a hero too. Even though I wasn't sure about what gay means, I was sure that I was not like the other guys. I was also sure that none of the heroes I met before would like me. So that game changed my life and I decided to join in a game development course to create gay games. Isn't that what we all do? No. However, it seems like things were about to change. I stop watching and look at the wall. I really want to throw a plate against it. Should I call Dad even if I don't want to? He will definitely pay the rent, but he will talk a lot about how I need to be responsible and earn my own money. He's right, maybe. I'm 19 and I could be a trainee. Which company in this city will hire a game developer as a trainee? I need to be realistic too. I'm in my second year. I'm not in the middle of the course, so my chances of getting hired are pretty low. Stop! I scream at myself, but nothing comes out of my mouth. I hold the plate with one hand and hold the water tap with the other. I'll not ask anything from Dad. I'm too old. I'm capable. You're 19, sweetie. You're a baby. Oh my God. It's so funny. I'm 24, but like I talk to 18 and 19-year-olds and I'm like, you're baby. You're baby. Baby. Also, unexpected things happen in everyone's lives. That's life. Oh my God. I move my hand away from the water tap, place the plate in the dish refrigerator, and grab another one. I pick up the detergent and start to wash again. Vinicius' share is $800. How much do I have in my bank account? I think it's something around $500. Can I make $300 out selling art assets? I'm not an amazing artist, but game assets are a good market. I open the water tap, wash one hand, dry it on my shirt, and get my phone. I open my calendar. Today is Thursday the 2nd, so I have until the 20th to get the $300 that I'm missing. To make this money, I'll need... I remember I saved on my app how many hours I spent drawing my Gelda sketches. I'm sure it took more than 10 hours to finish the whole image, including the line art, shadows, and lights. Looking at my phone screen, I do some calculations mentally. Maybe it is too risky to do that. Adding the days that I'll spend looking for this kind of job and the working hours, I'm not sure if I can make $300. Back to square one. Wake up, my dear housewife. Are you ready to do this morning's delicious recipe? I thought the TV volume is low, but I'm so open with calculations that I ignore it. So, we're trying to basically... I'm moving forward here. This is a lot of setup. Freezer Pops is a new sensation of the summer and people are making a lot of money with it. Don't you know? Okay. Samara's here to tell us our story. Okay, so come on, Samara. What's up? She's a woman from the capital. She's telling you about a college game in which every week someone was chosen by the class to prepare freezer pops that changed their life. It became a family business. Even though she didn't say how much she'd been earning, she must be making good money. How will we taste these gourmet freezer pops? Anna's such a good spirit. Even when she's angry, she can be funny. Samara smiles at him and asks him which flavor he would like to taste. She starts to get the ingredients to show how to make it and calls for the breaks. I jump out of the sofa and start to run around the room looking for a piece and pen and a piece of paper. The breaks are faster. Okay, so we're basically... All ingredients won't cost more than $15. So we're learning how to make freezer pops? Because that's apparently going to make us money? I'm not sure. Okay, so like when I lived in Atlanta, there was a huge company that actually made amazing popsicles. And they catered a lot of events in Atlanta. Like you would go and you would find them everywhere. I forget their name, but they were like... Oh my god, they were... What was the popsicle company? This is going to drive me insane. King of Pops. King of Pops is a company that was in Atlanta, and they are everywhere. They are everywhere, man. When you go to Atlanta, and they actually really do have good pops, and they actually have it they ship nationwide, and they have like just they're really good. Like they put a whole ass cookie in their cookies and cream popsicle. It's ridiculous. It's a level of ridiculous like you just can't even comprehend it. And it's just they're really, really good, and they're really good. And whenever they were catering events and things like that, it's just it's going to be a good day when King of Pops showed up. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so we're trying to make pops. Laura. Okay, so Laura came. Look who's here. I didn't know you worked at the beach, but I love your uniform. What have you been up to? Today's the first day. So she's just checking what's in the cooler. And he's selling freezer pops and trying to make money by selling freezer pops. I made 3 flavors: strawberry with Nutella, pineapple, and mango. Strawberry with Nutella, since when do you know how to make this? Do you think I know how to make games? The only thing I know how to make is games, girl? Huh. Let me see. A car full of Lana key prints is coming towards us. You can't work without sunscreen, and I'll give you a sample of my new one. You know how much it costs? I don't know. I'm your neighbor, and I make... So she's stealing my pops. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, she's stealing her pops and things like that. So one thing that's interesting about this game is that it has a very cool AI. Oh, wait a minute. It said, to keep following them on itch.io. I don't think that they're going to have many more art. Much more art from here on out. So I'm actually going to put this on hold. This is a very interesting concept, but I'm going to stop because there's just like not a lot of art. So I don't want to completely play and like showcase a totally unfinished product on the channel, especially like if it doesn't even have so much as like placeholder art, for example. This is a very lovely background though. I kind of think it's really cool. So I'm actually just going to bring this to an end here, and if people want to check it out, definitely go ahead and check it out. You can download it for free on itch.io right now. And I hope that you guys like this video. If you like this video, please leave a like. It really does help the channel out. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. And when you subscribe, be sure to hit the notifications bell so you get updates when I upload future episodes. Without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Bye! Special shout out to Patreons AceWolf741, Deep Dive Dylan, Brian White, Caleb Putnam, and Robin Harper.